Alright, so we are back with another episode of Netflix and Chill, and I got a very appropriate ice cream for this week.
Okay, I can only imagine.
Tiger Tail.
That is perfect.
Tigre Crème Glacée. Because this week we have reviewed the documentary Being Ginger. Roll that clip.
There's this group of guys walking past me. One of them had all the signs of going through chemotherapy. As he passed me, he pointed at me to his friends and said, well, at least I'm not ginger. So I'm making a film about being ginger. Thank you. I'm specifically looking for a woman who likes men with red hair.
Like, you're not just ginger, you're like the joke ginger, like you're so ginger.
Maybe red-haired women, they'd understand.
No, redheads don't date redheads.
Is there any bullying at school?
Yes. He'd stand up and he'd say, everybody who hates Scott, stand up. And the whole class would stand up and tell me they hated me.
Okay, so on Netflix, this is described as the story of one redhead's attempt to regain his self-confidence. So this is, I guess, true story. It's a documentary on being a ginger.
It's about a guy he's American and he goes to Scotland, which is where a lot of redheaded people are.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
My mom is actually from Scotland, so technically I'm like a ginger carrier, if that makes sense.
You're carrying the virus?
Let's not get too rude, Dana. Gingers are people too.
And I learned that from this documentary.
I was expecting to hate this documentary, but it really, really changed my mind, like going into it.
This is good.
It was Tiger Tail ice cream.
What is that? I've never had that.
It's orange and like licorice. It's like a classic staple of ice cream.
That sounds disgusting, but it's so good.
It's a very classic. Everyone's heard of Tiger Tail ice cream.
Yeah.
And one of the things about the documentary is, like, as a guy, I've known many other guys who are like, oh yeah, I love redheads, and like they're sort of put on like a pedestal. But when you flip it around, ginger guys are not as sought after by women.
Yeah, I agree, that's true. And this is centered around this one guy's search for basically women who find gingers attractive.
I mean, as a guy, I know there's like a lot of attractive, handsome, I don't know why people see like the redhead, like you can be handsome and ginger at the same time. Like, you know, the guy in the promo department, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
He's a pretty handsome guy. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Speak of the devil!
Hey,
Ryan, what's going on, man?
Is that ice cream?
Yeah, you want some?
Oh,
Grab a
I have a
spoon.
spoon. Oh, all right.
Yeah, man.
I'm just gonna. So, what are you guys doing? Why do you have a camera out?
We're doing, have you ever heard the documentary Being Ginger on Netflix?
I've heard of it, but I've never actually watched it. I don't know why.
It's about a guy being ginger,
I know what
and
that's
he's
like.
on the search for a woman who loves men with red hair.
I've heard about them. I've heard about women who's only, or not only, but like gingers. And as a ginger, I have yet to find this mythical creature.
I was gonna ask you if you've met a girl that's like, oh my god, I love redheads, I love gingers.
Well, it's fun. A girl actually used this as an excuse to break up with me. But as like a way to make me feel better, she said her friend loves gingers. So
her friend.
That happens throughout the whole documentary. It's like, oh, I have a friend who loves gingers.
Oh, yeah, and literally, I haven't found her. So if you're out there, give me a call.
Now I have a question. We keep saying ginger, and the documentary is called Being Ginger. So like, is that word to you, like, is it offensive?
When it first came out, you know, well, why are you all calling me this? And I guess if we're going like etymology here, it was South Park that did that.
Yeah.
So the ginger episode was like the turning point for me. I was in high school, and literally the next day, people were just calling me ginger. Had no clue what was even going on. And then you finally figure it out, and I don't know. I think it was meant to be offensive, but you just, as a ginger, you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
So we roll with the punches.
See, I'm like a quarter ginger. If you look at my beard, it's kind of like.
That's another funny
ginger.
thing. People always say, well, I'm part, no. You're ginger.
I'm 1/4 ginger,
Yeah.
okay, so I can make those jumps, okay?
You're part ginger, you're not part of ginger.
Okay. It's funny because there's a girl in the documentary and she's a redhead, a ginger. I feel like I don't want to say ginger anymore.
It's you're ginger, which is like me, who is naturally red-haired, skin, you know, white skin, pale face, freckles.
Yeah.
That's a ginger. If you're not that, you have just red hair. You're just a redhead. Very different.
Oh,
Okay, so
Different.
there's
Oh, yeah.
categories.
Yes. Yes.
We're learning today.
There's like when we all meet up together and plan world domination.
All 6 of you.
Yeah.
Would you call yourself kind of almost like a different race? Because that's when Ginger in the documentary says we're almost a different race.
I think it's going that way. I really think it's going and it's when I hang out with other ethnic minority friends, I'm accepted. But they make fun of me too. So, you know, it's almost they feel bad for me. So, you know what? It's fun though. It's good. I don't mind. Yeah.
You should. I would recommend you watch it. It's pretty heartwarming.
I think. Yeah. Does he find love? Do you want to spoil it or?
Well, he.
Yeah, I didn't think
it's
so.
It ends on a real cliffhanger.
Oh.
Because it opens up. There's going to be a sequel where it's an American Ginger in Paris, which is I didn't realize documentaries had sequels to them.
Yeah.
But now they do.
Raise awareness, red power.
Dana, what are you gonna give this?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a yay because I actually really enjoyed it.
That's the nay. You have it flipped around.
My bad. I forgot about my buddy Kanye here. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna give it a yay because I thought it was gonna be kind of dumb. No offense. But I did actually enjoy it. It was good.
I'm going to agree with you for once, and I'm going to give it a solid yay as well. Being ginger, like I went into, I'm like, this is going to be stupid. It's just a guy with like red hair. But then it really opened up a lot of memories for me as someone who was like, I was bullied for being like tall and skinny, but like people would come up to me like, and it kind of like brought those emotions back in me when he was talking about people making fun of him as like a 7-8-year-old kind of thing. Like I was bullied a lot as a child. Like it ended before like middle school and like grade school, but like being in elementary school, like things like that, like really like I could relate to, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty serious. So I'm gonna give it a solid yay.
And as a PSA, love a ginger today.
Today's my first time having a ginger on my lap, practically. So there's that.
It's not my first time.